when I was growing up, my dad was in prison until I was about 8. And so that left my mom a single mom of 2 girls, and she was really busy. And so I don't really remember a time of not doing drugs. Like there was always alcohol and marijuana around, so we just used that to escape reality. And but my real problem started when my son was born, and I was in the hospital, and they gave me Percocet. And after that, I started making excuses why I needed it. My back was hurting, my head was hurting, just different excuses to use it. And that led to using OxyContin. And so I went to rehab to get off of that, and it took me 4 days, and I wasn't sick or anything. And it blew my mind because it was so easy to come off of it. And I had made up my mind right then that I was done using. And as soon as I left rehab, I went to jail. I went to Knox County, Cumberland County, Roane County, and Anderson County in that order. And in each one immediately. And I just thank God that I was clean at the time. When I got out, I thought that I had this thing kicked, and so I moved to Crossville to start a new life. And that's where I was introduced to meth, and I started going downhill really, really fast then. And I have many of these pictures. That's not the only one. And so they put me on probation, and I would tell everybody, you have to be an idiot to fail your drug test when you go to probation, because you set the time, you know when you're going to be there, and all those kind of things. And after 2 months, I failed my drug test. So I told everybody I was an idiot. And then I got put on house arrest. And that's just a little bit more structured, but I was still using, and it helped a little bit. But I remember one day I finally asked my probation officer if she would help me because I needed help. And she said that she would help me, and she couldn't believe that I finally realized I need help. So she sent me to the Bread of Life Rescue Mission, which is a homeless shelter in Crossville. And I had to wait there 3 months before I got sent to a rehab. And in those 3 months, I got saved. And I went to a lot of meetings, which they helped. But I was really anxious in that time because I was in between and I didn't know what to do. And so they sent me to Women at the Well. And I went there for 2.5 years. And it was a long-term, faith-based rehab for women with life-controlling issues. And there I learned that my problem was never drugs. I never had a drug problem. My problem was a heart problem. And I was using because I was hurting so bad, and I didn't know what to do with that pain. And they helped me to go through all of those things that I had never went through, that I was trying to avoid my whole life. And it was really hard being there. My son would call me and say that I was being selfish because I was there and I could leave at any time, and it was the most unselfish thing I had ever done in my life, was to try to get clean. And while I was there, I learned I had to learn everything over. It was hard. It's easy to do jail time and to be the same. It's hard to change yourself. And I had to change the way that I thought about things. And when I was there, they taught me how to renew my mind by the Word of God. And that true love was introduced to me through these women who showed up every single day to spend their time with me. They invested in me. And that said a lot to me. And that's whenever I realized that God really loved me. I got leadership skills. Now, I have been clean for 7 years. I teach a Sunday school class for teenage girls, and they are awesome because I want to help them know that there's a different way to live. My husband and I started Go Forth Ministries, to where we help other people in our community and around the world. It is an international ministry. And I tell my story whenever I can, however I can, to as many people as I can, to let people know that, number one, prayer works. That's the only thing that I know that works. Prayer works, and people can change.
If this story inspired you, take the steps to change your life. The first step is always to say, Jesus, help me. Come On, Let's Go distributes hundreds of similar stories of lives changed by Jesus Christ. If you want to be part of this vision, go.